Hi guys, thanks so much for watching. In today's video, I'm going to share the juices I've been making the last few months with you. There have been so many requests for this video and I'm just so happy I finally am filming it for you. I also am going to share a couple snacks that are really quick, really easy, super delicious, and just great to have on hand. And I really do like healthy foods. Like, I love salads, as you guys know. I really like fruits. And I also will not eat a single thing that doesn't taste good solely for the health benefits. So all of these things really are super delicious. The smoothies are, it's not smoothies, what am I saying? The juices are not really bitter or anything like that. Everything's good. So I hope you enjoy this and find it helpful. If you do, give it a like. Definitely consider subscribing if you're new. I would love to have you. Also hit the notification bell because I don't always upload at the same time. So that's the best way to know when I upload. I will link things for you guys down below too, so don't miss out on the description box. And let's get started. And here's everything I'm going to be using for the juices today. So I have spinach in here. Sometimes I use kale, but I just don't have it today. Celery, apples, and carrots, and everything is organic because if you are going to use the skins on things, you always want to make sure it's organic. That way there aren't pesticides and all of those things that are going into the juices. If you are not going to use organic, then you just should take off the skin, skin on the apples, skin on carrots, and things like that. And the spinach is just a bundle of spinach. I'm not going to use the whole thing because we're going to make pesto too for dinner probably in the next few days. So I'm just gonna save a little bit of that for pesto. 3 bunches of celery, a bag of organic apples. I had one last night, so that's why it's open. And then sometimes the grocery store, regular ones, not a fancy grocery store, has these. They are the Bolthouse Farms brand, and it's just a big bag of carrots for juicing. And they are a really, really good deal. It's a 10-pound bag. I think it's $6 or $8. So I already have used half of it a week ago. So I'm gonna use the rest today. I'm starting out by setting up the juicer and getting it all ready to go. This juicer is amazing. It's really great quality. I'm going to link it down below for you. It is a little bit pricey though, so I will have a few options that are more affordable if you're on a budget, or if you're someone who is starting to juice and you're not sure if it's going to be something that works for you, then obviously you want something a little more affordable. So I will find a couple options that have amazing reviews for you guys and have them all included in the description box. I'm starting out with carrots, as you can see. The only thing I'm taking off of them is the very end, and that is it. I also am making 2 different juices, and the carrot juice is going to be the sweeter of the 2. The apples really just brighten the flavor of the carrots. They take away any bitterness at all, and they seriously make it taste so good. I'm all ready to go, so I'm just gonna do a quick run through and show you guys what I have here. Of course, all the carrots are ready. I did wash the apples. I will probably use at least 2 in here and then the rest in the other one, but I'll cut those when I get to it. The wastebasket's back there. Right here is where I pour the juice, and then I taste it before I put it into containers. That way I know it tastes good and I like it before it's all set and ready to go. I believe there are supposed to be a few pieces with this, but for whatever reason, we don't have them. So I just put a small Tupperware right here, and this is going to catch the waste that comes out of right here. And then I put this up to it, and so all the juice is going to pour into here, and it has a little spout right here, which is super convenient. So once it's full, I pour it into there, and I just will keep going until it's all done. And what I love about this juicer is the pass is fairly wide, and that's just what everything goes into, that tube. So you don't have to cut down the fruits or vegetables that much at all, which is a really great time saver. And also just one more thing about apples, because I know there's people watching this video that probably aren't that healthy or probably don't enjoy healthy foods that much, but are trying to change their lifestyle. And apples are seriously the secret ingredient. They make everything taste so much better. If you are worried about the flavor and you're just thinking it's going to be something that you're not into, I promise you that apples seriously make everything taste super delicious, especially if you have a family and small kids and you want them to be healthier and have things like this at home. I'm telling you guys, apples are just the secret ingredient. And this is what it's looking like. So this is 5 pounds of carrots worth of juice, 5 pounds of waste. Unfortunately, I don't have a compost, so this just has to go. If you know of something else I could use this for, let me know in the comments. I don't think that people like will eat this. I think it's just like pure waste unless you have a compost. I am including these slides with just a few highlights of the benefits of each ingredient. Of course, there are so many more, and for me, I notice a difference in my skin a lot when I'm having healthy juices every single day. I feel like I have way less water weight, and I just feel way more comfortable in my body. I just feel like things are working better, and I feel better, more energy. So there's just so many perks and reasons to have things like this around the house, and I probably have, I would say, at least 4 days worth when I do this for the quantities I'm showing you. And I also just stir it and then I taste it with a straw. Of course, that's not the most sanitary thing if you are doing this for a lot of people, but I'm just making this for myself, so I don't worry about anything like that. And then the containers I'm using, I will link them below for you guys. They are available on Amazon. They are a great deal. I've had them for a few months now and I really like them. And now for the celery juice, and this is such a thing right now. I'm sure you guys know that. I feel like everyone and everywhere is talking about celery juice. So the first thing I'm going to do is wash it and rinse it really well. And celery always tends to be super, super dirty. It's always the dirtiest of everything that I buy. So I just like to rinse it well. Sometimes I have to scratch at it a little bit with my fingernails where it's really, really dirty. Just get all of that off. And then the only thing I do for prepping is I remove the ends, so the top and the bottom, and that's just because it is, of course, the dirtiest at the end, so that takes care of that. And if you want to leave in the celery leaves, then it's perfectly fine, but it is super bitter, like extremely bitter when you have all of those leaves in. So here and there, if you just have a few, that's totally fine for the taste, but if you are worried about the flavor and the taste, then I recommend removing those. I left them in once and the flavor was so different. That's why I removed them. I just think it tastes way better without them. It's so much easier on the stomach and easier to drink. And with all of the juices, it's always best to have them first thing in the morning on an empty stomach if you can, because your body has been fasting overnight and it's going to bring in all of the nutrients and vitamins the most on an empty stomach. One of the most common ingredients to add into celery juice is lemons. There are so many health benefits to lemon juice. I would add them if I had them, but I just don't have them today. And if you're going to make this ahead of time, then I definitely want to let you guys know with the lemons, the flavor will increase every single day that it sits in your fridge significantly. So don't add in too much because you really will notice it's way more apparent every single day. And also for the celery, I showed you guys, I just snapped the end with my finger, so you don't have to slice it really thin or slice the ends off. If it's too wide, just snap it with your fingers and it will fit in super easily. It also goes a lot faster than the carrots will since they are way less dense. And in a picture perfect world, people will tell you that you should do this every single morning, but I know that you guys have really busy lives like I do, and I just don't have the time to do this every single day. So having it in your fridge for a couple days is perfectly fine. It still stays really good and fresh. You're still going to get a ton of benefits. Some people will do just straight celery juice, but again, I just want it to taste good. I want to enjoy it. So adding in all of these things will really make it taste so much better. I am going to add in spinach, and spinach is one of those things where, again, if you are not someone who's into healthy fruits and vegetables, spinach is the perfect thing for you because the flavor is so incredibly mild in whatever you add it into. It's not going to add a lot of flavor at all, but it does have some incredible health benefits. It's one of the best things that you can add into a juice. So I just wash and rinse them really, really well, and then I'm going to cut off the very ends, and that is it. And with all the fruits and vegetables, they are going to cost you a little less if you get them in the open area and bag them on your own versus buying the prepackaged. So just wanted to include that tip for you too. One of my favorite things about making fresh juices is there are no rules, there's no perfect quantities, whatever works for you. That's why I add things in and taste them, add things in and taste them until I'm happy with the flavor. I also like to go through my refrigerator and see if there are any fruits or vegetables I need to get rid of, and then I just throw them in. So in just a second, I show you cilantro. We had a huge container, or a quart container, I guess it's not huge, full of cilantro, and I knew we probably wouldn't get through it, so I ended up adding half of it into the juice. But also parsley has a ton of benefits. That's another really common ingredient for green juices. So there are just so many options out there. There's no perfect thing for everyone. It's just such a customizable thing. That's why I really love making these. The options are seriously endless. I'm going to get into a few snack ideas for you guys that are really healthy and easy very soon. But I wanted to make sure to say, if you are enjoying this video, please give it a like. And also, if you have any recipes for juices that you want to share with everyone, write them in the comments below. I want to try them, and I know a lot of other people will too. Here's what you are left with. These are super easy recipes, very delicious, full of health benefits, and I think you guys will love them. And last up are the snacks I wanted to share with you guys. So I have a sweet and a savory, and I call this like the lazy version of a deviled egg. So it's just hard-boiled eggs with salt, pepper, and bacon and stone ground mustard. And stone ground mustard has a little bit of like a horseradishy flavor. So it tastes so similar. The only thing is like the texture from the egg. Obviously it's not whipped, but this is just so easy to have on hand for work, for school, for home. It's just like a filling, simple snack. Very keto. And over here is the berry bowl, and I'm not having this right now. I'm gonna have it tonight, so I didn't want to put it all together. But it's just a handful of strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries. And then sometimes I put in a few chocolate chips if I really want some chocolate. Sometimes I'll add in peanut butter on the side. Sometimes I'll add in some nuts. These are whole pecans, whatever nut that you guys like, you can add in. And then for the yogurt, I always recommend this yogurt, especially if you're someone who's not really into yogurt, because it's sweet but it isn't tart. And I'll show you guys the macros really quick, just for anyone who's into macros. I'm not, I don't know anything about that, but if you are, hopefully you find this helpful. And yes, I know bacon is not one of the healthiest foods in the world, but if you will eat a salad with a little bit of bacon on top versus a big sub sandwich, obviously the salad is going to be healthier still with the bacon. So yeah, I just want to give you guys a couple realistic, really delicious, filling, and satisfying ideas. And that's all for today's video, guys. I really hope that you did enjoy this and found it helpful. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't yet. Don't miss out on the description box. And I will see you guys right here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye!